prediction. This doesn't look good for Vici. I'm not on board with this. I'm going Nigma.
Okay, and I mean, you were the one who, when we got here, you're like, yeah, Vici's most consistent team.
They need to retract some of those statements, it seems. We'll see how the game plays out, but I don't really know how they, like, why would you pick Faceless Void and then not get a last pick mid who can deal damage into Chrono?
Banned out, I guess? I don't know.
They had less track.
There were options.
All right, well, finally, we're going to get to see some cross-region play. We're going to get this started right now. Let's get the major underway.
And here we are. A bit disappointed in playing. It was kind of dead, just not in pretty much the whole region. Southeast Asia picked it a couple of times, but felt like the worst spirit, I would say. Like people were just not picking it at all. Double Doom, however, very strong, not the best way to disengage the fight. Nigma has a lot of stuff that they can put the damage from far away. You have Snapfire ulti, you have Clockwork from a distance. I want to see more of this Lycan. Safe lane Lycan, I think, is very underrated. Something that Nigma played 1 or 2 times.
The physical damage build as well,
exactly.
Right? Yeah, and I think looking at Vici's draft, the fact that, like you said, they don't have much damage going into Chrono, sure, they won't be heavily reliant on it. They've got lots of abilities to cycle through in these team fights. But do you feel like once they commit for a fight, they're all in? If they're Chrono, they Doom, they start a fight, they have to go for it, don't they?
This is a team, this kind of a lineup needs you to go in and do stuff. Like you need to be able to just get a kill or two and then maybe force potentially a buyback. This is something that Nigma needs to have as a backup option where, like, whenever you see these big team fight ultis, long cooldowns, just have a buyback ready and win a fight. Like go inside Roche Pit, take another fight. I want to see this mid matchup, how it's going to go. Because I have not seen Void Spirit in a very, very long time.
And it's up against Miracle Morphling as well. I mean, you know, I was covering the SA division and we saw a bit of Void Spirit early days, but it was very often hard countered by the puck pick or dealt with quite nicely. And I feel like when we saw it succeed, it was around that kind of level 6, level 7 moment where he gets an action rune, he moves into the side lanes, he needs to get early kills to really get the ball rolling.
Yeah, maybe the reason is they have a Faceless Void, we'll pick another Void on top of it. Is there a third Void in the game?
I don't know, in Underlords, TA and Enigma are Voids as well, I believe. So they're counted as like the Void family. I mean, we've got 2 spirits as well, Earth Spirit and Void Spirit, so we're getting the Underlord synergy going, if anyone still plays that game.
They do. Kyle is an expert, I heard. Like
I'm a master.
He's a top 100 player.
Oh, is he really? Oh, look at DY. GH and Mind Control with these Ion Shells. Oh, they're going to chip away at him. They've got the first blood coming. He's put this Fairy Fire, but it'll do very little. Mind Control gets that first blood spilled in the top lane, and that is a cracking start for your Darkseer.
In the Western Division, EU, Clockwork was one of the heroes that caught my eye the most, whether it's GH, whether it's Saxa, playing it, just being very active on the hero, doing so much early on, and now you have a hero that also enables you with the Darkseer, Ion Shell, plus a Surge. Right now, Mind Control still saving a point in case they need a vac back, like a vac back into the cogs as well, very strong combination.
Or even to cancel TPs, we've seen that, right? The kind of level 3, you've got this 1-2-0 build, not even bothering with Surge. Cancel TPs back into cogs, like you said. And then down in the bottom lane, the final one, which we've not paid too much attention to, RTW, you know, he's farming away. He's trying to, attempting to. He's 4 and 5 right now. There's a bit of pressure coming in from that Doom and Earth Spirit, though, as we did see them earlier on, dragging waves around, manipulating the creeps. And GH, he's bodyguarded by Mind Control, so he will be able to slip away from that top lane aggression.
Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, BYW, just one more hit.
The Wolves, nah, they can't chase him. They'll turn back and swing into action onto Kuroki, old 11. Can't go for the dive. He'll stick around and whack LTW a little bit instead. But they've really put a lot of pressure on this Lycan's farming rate, haven't they?
Yeah, right now he's just sitting at 7 CS, Doom 9 and 2. Doom, at the start of the season, wasn't really a big fan on the offlane, doesn't pressure too much, but he gets ton of farm. And when you hit that critical timing, I want to see if he's going to go for that Hand of Midas type of a build, which I really like. Also wasn't a big fan, but after seeing a couple of games in other regions as well, where you get that Blink Dagger, BKB, Hand of Midas, most of the time it's just the same item built into Shiva's Guard, and then a Refresher, but you get so much gold, it's very hard to play into.
What is it? It's like 300 GPM on top of it, right? With the Valor and the Hand of Midas is pretty nuts. And you get those items much faster, of course. And Nigma here, trying to contest the pull that PYW has successfully dragged, but Kuroki, he'll reset that lane with a double wave arriving now for RTW to try and lap up a bit more CS there. And mid lane, Miracle, 19-3. Not much of a struggle for the Void Spirit so far. Has his bottle up and is trying to do a bit of damage to Miracle, but Morphling is unkillable at this point, right?
Exactly, that's pretty much what matters in this matchup. You cannot die.
Absolutely, and especially with Water Runes up, there's no way that you're going to be able to take him down. Even with an Earth Spirit rotation, it could be quite a challenge. And Water Rune is going to come back up again in a sec. GH will guard the top for Miracle. So it looks like the Void Spirit, he's going to have to go for the bottom one.
I think Morphling should regen more from the Water Rune, like extra 50%, because he is the water himself.
Someone was asking me, is it cannibalism? He's made of water, he's drinking water. Is that cannibalism that Morphling's partaking in?
Good question.
We'll have to ask the Lore Masters. Where's Slacks when you need him? Mind control. He's got himself the raindrop, so he's very tanky up here, and he's been left alone. Clockwork has made that little mosey down into mid lane.
Even after all these nerfs, Snapfire just seems like it's a first pick material as a hero. It nerfed the Lil Shredder, nerfed the Aghanim Scepter before, still feels super strong.
I guess she's kind of moved roles a bit as well, right? Because we saw her in that 5 or 4, then people figured out you could play her 2 or 3, and now with the nerfs, it's kind of play as the support. You don't really have that same core or carry strength that we previously saw from, a Thompson Snapfire, for example.
It's still doable, I think, in certain situations, certain scenarios. It's just that it shines on a position 5 most of the time, because you get so much damage. They have a good setup with the cog.
Minus armor.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I guess you've got that mild flexibility with a snap, like you say, if you do pick it up early on in the drafting stage. What's going on up top? Because PYW is TPing there. Clockwork, it looks like he was trying to drag the wave, and DY, he's dead. He's dead. They do get the trade back onto GH. And mind control, the time dilation, the bashes, the time locks. They've got him all stuck up here. And Vici Gaming with a great rotation from that Earth Spirit make DY sacrifice all worth it. Well, bottom, old 11. Chased back by LTW, but Kuroki can't really close the gap on him. The Doom is tanky and speedy with the phase boots up.
I love that. The build on Poyoyo this game, putting in a single point in time dilation. They surprised him.
They catch him with the Remnant. The nuke damage, not enough. Look at that. Morphling pops his one, has the raindrops, even turns for a nice little adaptive strike back into the bottom lane. The cookie forward. They'll catch the Doom out at long last. Nigma grabbing that off-lane kill.
Oh, Tips, not a...
Ulti's very important.
As we've seen, just being very annoying, because Void Spirit without items, he can't really kill you. They need to bring Earth Spirit.
11. He's going to phase himself over Kuroki. The big bad wolf is coming though. The shapeshift from RTW is going to slice through this Doom after the Inkswell ends. RTW should be able to finish this one up. There's no way PYW or DY can save him at all. He's even going to go diving a little bit deeper here, considering the move onto the Grim. But gives up in the end. There's creeps to be had back at his tier 1 tower.
Milk going into Echo Saber from having it on.
Almost scrambling to try and make something happen. You see the net worth of the Void Spirit right now, 6th position. It feels like Ori really wants to get himself on the board, find some kills, but mid lane is a no-go zone. Bot lane really hasn't been successful for them. Are we waiting for the Faceless Void to TP rotate with a Chrono? Because right now, the game is almost slipping out of Vici Gaming's hands.
It's a... Maybe prefer if Void Spirit was a last track, but that's just me, because this hero feels completely...
Oh, hello.
Oh, bottom. Never. He's maxing the time walk, because there's a lot of overtime chip damage coming out, especially from the Clockwork and the Iron Shell, so he decided to max it out.
Kuro going to get away from PYW. And again, it's a Vici Gaming movement that comes to very little and might actually set up for Nigma to turn on them. They jump into the cogs with the Void Spirit, but PYW stuck in here as LTW back into Shapeshift, and GH finally pops to that late damage from the Astral Step, while a good TP from DY gets him safely back to Fountain. But Vici Gaming making moves and not really having the payoff, as mid lane they do deny the tower away from Miracle's Morphling at the very least.
Something that shouldn't happen. I think he... lane.
And drop the wall earlier on. And Kuroki gonna get found in the trees here. Nuked down. Another one up there for Vici Gaming.
That's a big W for Nigma. He gets out.
We've been talking to Rich about these W's.
Yep. I love talking to my boy Rich.
I hear ya.
A lot of insights. Not about...
Pretty rapid rate. focused much more on their farming rate rather than the shove onto that top lane. And it's kind of a hard lane to move into, right? Pushing Faceless Void out of a lane unless you're chipped away at him.
They don't have a single silence. They have, like Lycan Morphling doesn't provide anything. Roll in.
Yeah, they catch out DY with hookshot, but there's so many heroes here ready and waiting for that initiation. GH gets turned on immediately. I'll get the tower denied. Miracle grabs it.
1-1 in terms of deny. Wolf.
On the Wolves, the kisses are coming. Oh, he's got time walk. He's going to TP out and there's no more stuns.
That's all they got.
He cancels. He wants to turn around and fight this. They've still got Chrono ready. If they want to find the big bad wolf, the time dilation's there. Maybe Kuro will be that final kill they'll find in that top lane. Try and get some bashes going. He's forced the one down. And there's a Snapfire dropping.
I love that Faceless Void actually canceled the TP there. Does not want to go in. And against Lycan, a lot of overtime damage, canceling the healing, one of the best items, one of the reasons why Morphling also decides not to get a shotgun. Going into Manta style has a way of dispelling things, and then like even, good catch.
GH has found him, and he's going to set up Miracle here for a freebie on PYW, isn't it? Yeah, there's the final adaptive strike. All around the Roche pit, but still no ability.
Attacking the Chronosphere for later on.
So he's going to be waiting for level 8.
Went into Phantom's Embrace. Chronosphere so far.
Yeah, it's been quite a slow, steady game from them until now they kick into action. On to GH's Clockwork, who tried to break the smoke. He gets his job done, maybe a turn here for Miracle and Kuro. They won't be able to crack back on the Void, and the Doom is going to come out. Finding the back lines, Lycan, he's stuck down here with the Doom, bring over the kisses, back towards DY, allow Miracle to split them in half again, and they got the wall up toward 11. MC and RTW, even though they've doomed up the Lycan, he just turns and hits them.
There's no follow-up damage. They definitely need Void Spirit. They need the Spirit Vessel to have some more overtime damage. Good thing for Vici Gaming is they have one of the better heroes to utilize the Ink Swell. You have Void Spirit, Earth Spirit, like pretty much everyone loves to have it on because all these heroes are melee and they want to jump in.
Absolutely. An Arcane that can be grabbed up here by Vici Gaming. And they won't catch on to Darkseer, but Clockwork makes the jump on PYW instead. GH yet again brawling away at a very rapid rate as they cancel out the roll, and Miracle Morphling still on the back lines, battling with the Faceless Void, turns into him as well. Time dilation, not something that Poyo really wants to be handling.
Cookie,
and
you need to be careful.
He's straight onto the Faceless Void. They time walking back up to high ground though. The Wolves are going to scout. RTW hunting and chasing, but doesn't have the follow through. These fights really are very scrappy. They engage, get one kill, disengage, and spread.
They don't have the answer for Faceless Void nor Void Spirit. None of these heroes build into any kind of silence, into any kind of hex. So very hard to control. So Vici Gaming should keep fighting. I want to see a Chronosphere, even though it's not the most, you know, they don't have the most damage inside a Chrono. Just placing it on one of the supports, just got to do the trick.
We'll put it on the Lycan. Waste the shapeshift time. Make sure your supports can survive. Well, Miracle has that Manta style done. Over towards the Ancients as the rest of his team making that barrier in front of his Ancient area. MC breaks the ramp, walks up to high ground. Gonna spot out Old 11 in a second. Again, they don't really have that great ability to jump, catch, and kill.
They need Clockwork. Clockwork needs to be pretty much involved in every single kill. He needs to be active. So far, he has been involved.
There it is.
There we go.
He goes in. But then what? Yeah, he's been silenced up. They've got stuns, they've got slows. They will try with this wall and the jump in. Miracle finds PYW. But Vici Gaming, probably quite happy with that. Wall dropped. Nigma expend a decent amount. And they'll be able to reset and maybe think about fighting around this Roshan because Nigma are walking into the pit.
They have enough damage with Morphling Manta style, with Lycan inside the pit. Echo Saber deals a ton of damage. Still no points in Howl, but eventually we'll get there. Let's see if they decide to take this fight. It goes down so quick.
That is so quick. I was going to ask you, is it worth Vici contesting that?
I don't think they can.
They don't even know it's happening. It's happening so bloody quickly. Well, it's ages now for Miracle. So the unkillable, unkilled Morphling now with a second life. They've got an Arcane Rune on Ori mid though. There to use this.
Because you don't get that value that you get from the mech.
Yeah, much nicer as like a second or third item.
Sure.
And when you've got like an Ember Spirit or, you know, a Lawnmower hero, right? Yeah, they don't catch PYW. But maybe later on the Aghanim Scepter Darkseer could be good on the Lycan. Chasing people down and running them into the ground. as Nigma really do secure themselves a nice little foothold in that top part of the map in that dire jungle.
Vici Gaming, they need to play a bit of a split push game for the next couple of minutes, just to get them back on track. Very limited on stunts, as we already mentioned. No silences whatsoever. Their catch is clockwork. If he misses a hook shot, then on the other side of the map, you can start playing more aggressively. But Nigma, they're not stopping. They took a tier 2 tower, they can take the outpost, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, it's quite nice as well when you've got that kind of situation you're explaining. You know, Void Spirit feels the need to catch up a little bit. Void can farm that area you're indicating down bottom, and then Doom doesn't need that much space to farm. He can devour, he can keep his net worth and gold going, but look at this. Nigma are on your high ground. They're using this first Aegis very aggressively. Miracle forced to dip away from the tier 3, doing about a third of the HP in damage to it already. 18 minutes.
So support. Don't even need a BKB if you can get like Scotty Satanic. I think that should be the build here against the Morphling, especially like an ulti.
A bit
prematurely.
He's hungry. He sends the wolves up to scout out DY. The kisses are coming across, and Morphling, he's turned into the Earth Spirit, gets the catch with a roll. Beautifully done. And Old 11, he's being hunted down. You can't catch him out. The hookshot does miss, but Old 11, Echo Saber slapped down, and the roll back in. Miracle just keeps it going. A double for your Morphling, and GH unfortunately couldn't quite get in onto that bonus kill, but Nigma, they start the steamroller now with that first Aegis.
Very aggressive move there from ILTW, just runs in, he gets leashed, but you know, this wolf slash dog cannot be leashed that easily, especially if there's no one around him. And what's most important is that he provides the vision for the...
We have been saying completion. A little bit behind the Morphling now as Miracle starts to create a bit of a gap that Faceless Void potentially might not be able to bridge. Good hook shot. GH, he finds Old 11 off in this dire triangle, but they roll back in towards the clockwork. BYW, ink swelled up, and now the Crow.
There it is.
The back wall. It's onto 4 of them. DY being slain by Miracle. They do get the Doom onto the docks here on the back as Kuro gets rolled on again. The bashes from Poyo and Vici Gaming strike back, but Morphling is such a potent force, you can't contend with Miracle.
A good back-to-back. I believe that hit on 4 heroes on the top of the wall. Great way to disengage, and we can see the lack of damage inside the counter. Another like an ulti.
Another one, yeah, he's going back onto the Void Spirit now. I mean, they're both Voids back behind their tier 2. Nigma starting to put the pressure on real thick here. 14 to 11, a kill score. The net worth difference doesn't seem by the metrics that there's that much between the two teams, but the pace at which Nigma have been playing the past 3-4 minutes around that first Aegis, pressuring high ground, moving up to tier 3s, and might be even going up again. Poyo Inkswell, they want to get on to Miracle. 20 seconds until Aegis is reclaimed.
They know there's no cooldown. Like, cooldowns are there. No Doom, no Chrono. Like, team combo.
They go on to Morphling. He's still got Aegis, and he's gladly going to give his first life as they get the Lycan out of there. Kuroki saves the day for RTW on Miracle, rolled upon yet again, but he got the strength morph off. Looks like the Morphling should be alright to wait fall back as Kuro gets healed up by the mech, but PYW helps Ori.
They need to get more. PYW needs to connect with his spell.
But he misses the roll. He misses it, and now you got this Faceless Void, Miracle Morphling jumping away. Old 11, has he got a Doom? Has he got anything to stun him? Miracle is just dancing around him. The ballerina Morphling pirouetting around Vici Gaming. No catching this fella.
This is the silence. This is the silence that they need to charges on that silence from Void Spirit so he can control the backline, but they will have tools to deal with it. Manta Style is already there. Dark Cheer with the...
It feels like Nigma kind of just wants to wait for second Roshan.
May respawn in 2 minutes, so this is where they should try to take another fight. Going into Scotty. Smoke from Nigma.
Oh, he misses out. The hook shot not on the mark from GH this time. And it looks like Void Spirit's going to get away from the corpse, but the E-Blade Adaptive Strike, that shotgun picked up by Miracle, slays DY, and RTW into the wolf form, but he won't find anything to pick off in that triangle. I'll just take control of the area, ward it up, and start thinking about the push.
Look at that. Miracle also finds a Nether Shawl, which is probably the best item. Wow. Find more, just a better hood overall, plus some spell amp on top of the shotgun. He had a perfect game so far. 8-0-0, which means that he stole every single kill that he was involved in. Which you want to do with more.
Something going the way of Vici Gaming, and the Doom coming out as well. Old 11's BKB himself up, and they are starting to to slap down into RTW, or he picks up a double kill as Nigma stick around too long with a couple of heroes in the triangle and spreading the map too thin.
Not sure BKB was needed there from Old 11, because it's just I like him. That he doesn't deal any magical damage, but better to be safe than sorry.
No stuns either.
Both mid laners actually having a real the nerves to
Steve as well. They're going to know that it's nearly Roshan time. We're getting to that point where it's fast spawn time. So these smokes are looking to secure themselves the top area of the map, get some kills, pick off DY here, and it looks like it should be a pretty simple one for Miracle to continue his streak.
And that's godlike for Miracle. Roche will respawn in 2 minutes, so they don't need to rush things. They could potentially take a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. Tier 1 also still standing there. So
free money.
Yeah, free gold on the map.
Absolutely is. That's why we've got these couple of heroes here. Void Spirit pushing the bottom lane, showing on the map. Look at these Vici Gaming heroes. They have a wolf on them. There's Vision and Miracle. Oh, he's not going to find him. Beautiful attempt to try and catch the Earth Spirit on his escape, but not quite there.
What shines like he wants these mid-game fights when he gets the items going into Shiva's guard. His next item, if it comes down to that, should be a refresher, and then you potentially have 3 Doom targets if you can execute. Problem is DY does not have a cast range item and didn't find a neutral one, didn't build into one, instead decided to go for a force staff, which is okay, you know, forcing people out of the cogs is something nice, but you need to be close. You need to be standing close to the fight. The cast range on that Soulbind is not too good. They're getting scouted by the wolves.
Yeah, everywhere they go, the wolves will follow. And they try to smoke there again, vying for control around the Roche pit. What's the timer now? 10 seconds. And Nigma are the ones that look like they're in prime position to try and grab this. But Vici are also ready. They've scanned the pit. They know that something's not quite right. RTW, here we go. Shapeshift forward with a great hook shot. Catches 2 of them on the outskirts of the battle. PYW, all blown up, but he survives. Old Levin and Poyo back towards the Rondo Wolf. They need the Chrono to catch him, and they will. The Cookie, nothing will save him at all. And also in the back, the Doom and the catch. Mind control down to Old 11, all around the Roshan spawn. What a huge fight for Vici.
Vici, they're not done. They're still chasing. They're gonna get this one as well.
But Tier 1 Tower's still alive. I mean, Morphling in the back. He's hunting for targets, but unsuccessful in his attempts. Maybe Nigma can stop them taking Roshan, though, as Vici Gaming have 5 alive up against the 2 of GH and Miracle.
They need to get something done out of this, like potentially get one more kill, or if they want to wait, just reset, get your ultis back up, and go for that Roche fight.
There's Tier 1 tower mid, there's Roshan, and look at Miracle's positioning right now. Angling towards a free kill. He attempted on the Void Spirit.
And he gets
it! The 8x streak demolished! Miracle, beautiful pick up. Now that's going to stop Vici Gaming in their tracks. GH will gladly die for the cause.
800 gold for Morphling on top of it, and now he's getting closer to the lane.
He's going to get another kill here, maybe. DY on the run. Miracle in that Faceless Void mode again. Already used his time dilation, time walk off to the side, and GH even buys back to secure the Roshan for Nigma. It looked good for Vici Gaming with a team fight victory around that perfect timing, but Nigma are the ones that will claim the prize.
Yeah, they cannot take this fight anymore. No Doom, no Chronosphere. It's Cheese Ages plus a Shard. I want to see who gets the Shard. I would give it to Snapfire potentially, or Clockwork for the memes.
Radiant's middle tower.
The jetpack memes.
Jetpack memes. It's not as bad as people think. I'm kind of convinced Darkseer actually holding it for now.
Okay.
Normal punch.
As well, so he could, jump.
And also Howl. It didn't decide to give her.
There's his talent. Lane push, and maybe the attempt on high ground in the next minute or 2. Well, Vici.
And because he picked up the Aegis, doesn't need to go for Lincoln here. He's not afraid of the Doom. Instead decides to go for Scotty, more slow, just better stats overall.
Yeah, slow down these melee heroes, right? You mentioned there's no real ranged threat from Vici Gaming up against the Faceless Void, the Void Spirit, and the Doombringer. Cutting and slowing them such an important part and factor here for Miracle's gameplay. As it looks, is he going to try and do an illusion bait? Are they going to go for this? He sent the real hero with an illusion to the tower, and he's trying to bait with his second illusion, but they're running away from it. Not going to try and fall for any kind of play by Miracle.
They know which one is real.
They spot him out.
Still,
Dire's bottom tower is under
lead for
attack.
Vici
Dire's
Gaming in
bottom
terms of tends to be in the 4, especially in Southeast Asia. Get the Necro into Orchid and just completely destroy one hero because they have no sound. Hook shot.
Radiant's middle
The
tower
vacuum
is
though
under attack.
finds PYW, but he's got another roll away. Oh, the little puppy steps in front of GH, but Miracle is snuck into the back here. Kisses expended by Kuro, and it looks like PYW are going to get slapped down. Miracle's there with a Scardy slow. Great roll to the high ground, and he's even BKB'd himself up to survive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
RTW has done a really good job. It's like he's playing a Beastmaster or the old Lycan with the Necro, just providing the vision for the team has been crucial in some of these team fights.
Yeah, it gives the openings. The need to fall back and push out.
A certain
He's coming up. And he's moving forward again with these wolves. RTW scouting everything that Vici Gaming are up to.
I would love to see a gem. Just gem getting picked up so they can smoke, not necessarily invest into sentries. Waiting for Roach. They're waiting for this Aegis to expire, and it's gonna expire in the next 25 seconds.
There's a hook shot in. They want to make the most of it, and they get straight to the face. It's Void, he's dead. Has a buyback ready if they want to pop it, because all 11's going in deep. Hunting with his Doom after Mind Control. They kill off Poyo, and Mind Control drops as well, but RTW turns the Wolf, helping Miracle get that beyond godlike streak. PYW, he's got a good magnetize going, but the double kill Morphling just slaughtering them. Vici Gaming
Aegis is gone in 5 seconds. Can they time it?
He can get away with a roller cost. He's turned into Earth Spirit, waveform TPs, and he's out of it. Nigma move in, they strike. They get 3 buybacks off the back of that as well.
That was such a big play because Faceless Void, he felt secure. He felt secure. There are no silences whatsoever. I can get away with this item build. Suddenly, Orchid reveal from Lycan, and they managed to burst him down from 100 to a 0. Forced 3 buybacks, and it's time for Nigma to go. Like they're still a Chronosphere up, but I feel like if they win another fight, the game just ends because they have enough damage with the Morphling. A Morphling could potentially even buy back. There's still tier 1 tower to TP2 easily on a mid lane and just get back into the fight.
Yeah, they're going to have pretty much everything, right? The kisses are back. They'll have shapeshift and see the Faceless Void.
He knows.
Taiwan. There it is. GH catches him with a hook shot. Never mind. No follow-up. That was scary though for Vici.
Style points. You know, we can get you if we want to, but we don't want to end the game yet.
Just poking the angry ogre, making sure they know who's boss. Back into the
already scouting.
There's the move. Smoke time. We need to get these double dooms going. And PYW's been pretty percentage based.
Turn and then like into, which is not there, wolf. But yeah,
I like to wolf.
I like the wolf pretty much. Yeah.
Just stick with that
Keep
one,
it
man.
simple, okay, Gary? Thank you.
You set it up. I'll do the proofreading. Don't you worry.
There it goes.
Very patient though from Nigma, isn't it? And there's no need to rush, no need to go too headstrong into these situations.
And Faceless Void, changing his mind, needs to get that defensive item going into BKB next.
Okay.
Understands if they silence me, it's been shown in the previous fight, I can just straight up. Way.
And you don't want to have to BKB to get rid of an E-Blade. Down, and they are here, ready to make the jump onto whoever shows to push out that mid catapult wave. And I say it's RTW, shows under the ward. Do they go for this Lacoste? They will. Blink stop do. All 11's in. They make the jump onto it. The Chrono catches Nigma. 3 heroes in the bubble. Pants down Nigma. They're getting slaughtered there. Michael has to buy back. RTW does it as well. Snapfire will return to the battlefield. The vacuum wall. MC, he's on top of all of them. Miracle's in trouble though. He's lost the majority of his agi. He's had to shift straight to strength. Comes back in as the Faceless Void as the roll across. Misses out on him. Spirit can't catch him. And Vici Gaming come out with a double kill, but the Doom is in trouble.
Still alive.
They're still taking him down. Miracle, he got Poyo. The finishing blow gets the godlike streak to continue. PYW is caught up there with a battery assault, and RTW is hunting for them. bottom, bashes the Earth Spirit, gets caught up in the nice little remnant, but he's dead. 100 seconds.
3 buybacks by Nigma. This is something that I mentioned at the start of the series. It's gonna come down to that. You want to bait one of the big spells, like a Doom or a Chronosphere, instantly buyback, and try to win a fight 90 seconds without Faceless Void.
How long on Roche?
45 seconds. So they need to go mid, like potentially get 2 sides. I don't think they can finish the game 80 seconds. We'll see Doom getting closer to that refresher. What he can do is, okay, he actually has enough money. That's it. Hookshot misses. We heard the sound.
But yeah, that was the fight where we were expecting Nigma to, you know, take out these heroes that don't have buyback. So really,
It's a full minute still, Gary.
are they going to jump? Miracle's getting caught out here. They've got the refresher orb. Old 11 with the soul bind. Double the buyback. He's going to die. He's got for a minute and a half. And they've caught RTW as well. Wolf stopped him. Lycan's an absolute goner.
Oh, they did not respect that. What a play from 11. He actually gets enough money for refresher. Even if he didn't, I think he could potentially sell the Midas, get the gold, and just surprise them. Like he surprised that Morphling. Morphling needs 800 gold for buyback. So next Roshan is up. Vici, they don't know that. It's very hard to have a good read.
Side it. Hey, minute window.
Like potential. One hero dies, and then it lands. Faceless Void, because Faceless Void has enough mana to actually cast 2 Chronosphere. Before he was struggling as a hero.
You're right. Lost Miracles, Morphling.
Dire's bottom tower.
And of course finds Illusionist.
What levels?
Damage amplifier. Also shard upgrades. At this point, you weren't really.
I mean, getting into the groove of things. As it looks like he has a blink.
Just also gets a blinks. DY, not a single defensive item, just a on side of
To come and claim. Want to play. And
level 25.
oh, hello. Morphling. Where's he gone? The waveform's away. They're still rolling. PYW trying to give chase, but Miracle's into Earth Spirit mode. Time dilation. I don't think it quite caught him, and he's got the master to dispel it anyway. Old 11 Poyo. PYW have to give up on the chase for now. And that's given a bit of time here for Nigma to grab up some additional items. That BKB on Lycan has arrived. And it feels like they might want to go out, smoke across the map themselves.
Dagon.
Miracle. Oh, Poyo. Down to for kills and for team fights. So having the optimization.
Let's say you dodge.
So they don't see the smoke maneuver, the Vici Gaming, and pull. DD Void Spirit front lines for his squad. They'll hold back with the smoke and don't jump just yet.
A bit limited on tower damage for Vici Gaming. That's why they are respecting Nigma. The good jump they can have with the clockwork and follow up, of course, with the more.
Be there for the Void Spirit.
Solo kill.
Blink for the Doombringer now.
3 point.
Lurking in the shadows and for this Morphling to get. People are going to run towards the buildings and he buys a.
They're in a spot where
He's been struggling with that catch and kill, and it feels like GS Clockwork not able to really offer them that. And they know they need
potentially be a pretty big deal. With his shot cast, I just
by Ori. It's with the Morphling and Vici Game active or want to do something with. You've got some big items coming out. Game shifted.
Already
Not
going
a bunch. Guess the ball's going. They've got a silence onto the Void Spirit now, but he's managed to get himself away and cheeses up. But the Chrono. Poyo's back onto ILTW, finding the Lycan. And it looks like they'll stab into the back lines. The Morphling side the buys, catches the Doombringer, but Poyo forces it back. Miracle, he's shoved into his own jungle. Vici Gaming come out strong, catch the Miracle Morph and zap him with a Dagon. Polio picks up that final touch on that kill, but that is a statement of intent from Vici. This is their game, their map to control, and Nigma has no right to be playing down in that bottom lane.
They have one of the best heroes in the game, in the late game. You have Chronosphere, you have Faceless Void with the backtrack now, you have double Doom, triple Doom, even more Dooms if they decide to hand them that refresher that Faceless Void is still holding on to. Next Roche may respond, it is gonna respond.
Immediate bash from Polio, and Ori picks up. KB an attempt to roll, but it's cancelled out by GH. So Earth Spirit down and something going Nigma's way. But the push is coming.
Like, you did not expect aggression from offlaner and position 4, who are the only ones who are alive at the moment, and they've got a pick off.
They're still going to have to contend with this actual shove into their base, though. Look at mid lane. They've got creeps coming out to tier 3 tower. They wall up, but there's the dive coming in. The two voids going to work, pairing up beautifully, and we're going to catch out this Darkseer inside the bubble. Old 11, hook shot it up, but GH dead to rights under his own tier 3s. Buybacks are available for Nigma.
Everyone has a buyback. It's just that if they, like, they will probably need to buy back if they want to contest a Roche, because Roche is holding on to too many stuff right now.
Flair's going to try. They know that they can keep this going, extend things out. They are scaling and accelerating a little bit faster than Nigma, who want a team fight right here, right now.
Vici has been very stable in terms of decision-making, experienced team, so they know how to win a game. Like, they love to play these type of games.
The Void Spirit illusions. Lycan's going to try and kill off one. Morphling takes down the other. And they are in this Roche pit.
He already used Manta.
Miracle. In comes Polio. Ixwell time dilation, but doesn't catch Morphling out. Miracle too quick on the fingers. Well, Ori. Oh, he's in, he's out. He's trying to shake it. And Doom bring up inside some
double cogs. He's trapped.
Double cogs, he can't move anywhere. The full staff out and the wall back in. There's a Doom though, finding my controllers. Miracle's blown up by the Void Spirit.
Instant buyback.
He does have to buy back, doesn't he? I mean, Nigma, they're struggling in this one. The Doom is too strong for that. Available again. That looks like it's done for as Nigma. They lose the clock and Darkseer with no buybacks on them. It's basically going to be a 5 versus 3 as Vici could think about moving high ground.
It's just that this Doom, they try to go on him, trap him with the cogs. There's just not enough damage. He's way too tanky with the heart, with all the armor that he gets from the items. And now they can go inside a pit to finish it off and go in. It's a 40k gold lead. A lot of...
Worried is Vici Gaming at all going high ground here?
They should feel pretty safe right now, Gary, about closing out this game.
I'm just thinking, vacuum wall, kisses, lots of magical damage, some illusions, but at this point, like you're saying, they've got so many items, it doesn't feel like that's going to be an issue.
It's a 51k gold lead.
That's monumental for Vici Gaming, game 1. And they got that tier 3.
Middle tower
Super easy move up to the high ground. Breach the ramp. And take down the barracks too. And Nigma are going to have to really think about how they want to start this fight off, because they've probably only got one fight left in them. As Vici Gaming have about 7 or 8 heroes, maybe even 9 heroes worth of spells, abilities, and lives. And there's the rewind. Gets Polio in and out. Inkswell also used by the Grimstroke just to hold back and reset. Again, very calm, very deliberate movement from Vici Gaming.
Yeah, Octarine Core plus Spell Prism Dagon is 12-second cooldown with
how
all
much
that
damage?
spell amp.
800 damage?
It's 800. It's more than 1040 with all the spell amp that he's got.
That's nuts.
I'm doing math, Gary, while I'm casting. I'm actually not gonna just click the alt button, but I'm doing it.
I saw you doing it. There's the catch on GH. Clockwork gone for 80 seconds, and they're just going to go and clean up the entirety of Nigma now. It looks like fountain dive time for Vici Gaming with a 2-man chrono.
Double Dagon, that's a combo.
Both caught up inside, but a decisive fight. A hex from Nigma, but a turnaround coming in. RTW Miracle can't stand their ground. Polio is too strong at this point. One hero remains for Nigma.
You know what I always say, Gary, when it's time to call it,
it's time to call it.
It really is, because they have no business whatsoever in this game.
Last man standing is that Morphling right now. And he can't defend against the 5 members of Vici Gaming, hammering away at your tier 4 towers and soon to be your throne. Game 1. I mean, it was close, it was competitive for the first, what, 25, 30 minutes. It looked like Nigma might just have had it, but Vici Gaming hold out. And there we have it. Game 1 in the books.
Yeah, Nigma with Lycan as a second core.